Hey everybody, it's McDuo's Girl, and today I am sharing with you a modern loft type build that I did. It is one bedroom and one bathroom. It was meant to be a starter home, but I did go a little bit overboard just because I wanted to make the outside look a little bit more interesting, because this one is very similar to another build that I did very recently, but I didn't go over by much. I think it only came to about 23,000 simoleons, so it's not too bad. I did keep out landscaping for two reasons. One, I don't like to do a whole lot of landscaping just because I like to showcase kind of the build, and I can add landscaping later, but and also because I didn't want to make it too much more expensive than an actual starter home. But the good news is that this is actually a completely base game. I did not use any packs for this, so if you don't have any packs for your game, this is completely downloadable, just for base game only. It won't glitch out, and it has been tested. I did find a couple of issues when I did test this afterwards, and it was only one, and it was just because I put the shower in the bathroom. I rotated it at the wrong angle, so you actually couldn't get in through the door, but I did rotate that back. So if you see that during the build, don't worry, it has been fixed. And you're going to notice during this that I do have a lot of trouble with trying to make that upper floor loft. For some reason, every time I try to tweak it a little bit or move it or put like a fence or a half wall around the outside of it, it would delete parts of the roof, or parts of the outside trim of the house would come through the wall, and you're going to see me change that a lot. I'm not exactly sure what I was doing to make it kind of glitch out that bad. If you guys have any suggestions, definitely let me know. If you noticed I did something wrong in here, just point it out. That way I'm not having so much trouble and wasting so much time working on just a small area of the house next time. And as I start kind of uploading more and more these build videos, it's a problem that I run into a lot. And I'm not sure, because I watch other speed builds, and I see a lot of people don't really have that problem quite as much as I do. So I don't know. I can't really figure out what it is I'm doing that's kind of doing that. I don't know. If you guys see it, just definitely point it out to me. So I decided to put like an interesting looking little balcony out on the side of the house, just because I felt like the house looked a little too, I don't want to say blocky, because obviously it is a little bit blocky, but I didn't want it to look like just one big square, and the back of the house kind of looked a little bit boring. So I decided to put this in, and this is probably where I went a little bit over budget, is just the decorations with walls on the outside of the house. I mean, if you really wanted this build to be a starter home, there's, that kind of useless piece on the side of the house that's just there to look cool. I mean, you could probably delete that and maybe the balcony, and this could easily fit a budget for a starter home. And I kept the outside of the house fairly neutral colors, just because I think with how strangely the house is shaped, I think if I had put really bright colors on there, it would have looked a little bit tacky, and I didn't really like the idea of putting a lot of really bright colors on the outside, so I just kind of accented it with some stone. I really wish there was more exterior stone options for base game builds. They released some really nice ones that some of the brick that I like a lot with the dine out pack. These ones I don't like a whole lot. They don't really look like real stone to me. They kind of look like that glue-on stuff people put on their houses of like fake stone. And I don't know, it looks a little bit tacky, but I mean, for a little bit of an interesting texture on the outside of the house, I think this worked really well. And I did add a little bit of color on the outside of the house just with the blue door. At this point, I can't remember if I changed it. I think I might at some point have made it a single door rather than a double. I don't remember if that was this build or not. But I know that I kept the door blue. And that was just to add a little something interesting on the outside of the house. And I do have little blue pops of color on the inside of the house with all the furnishing. So the bedroom in this house is really super tiny. It's only a single bed, so this house is really made for just one sim. There isn't really a whole lot of room to expand. I'm sure you could expand the top floor, maybe make two very small rooms or one larger room with a double bed if you wanted to get rid of the loft. But I did keep it sort of a very toned down blue color upstairs with the light wood on the furniture. I think that looks really nice and very modern. I was going to try and fit some kind of treadmill or something in here, but it really just took up too much space, and I wanted to add a place for a desk because once I furnished downstairs, there really wasn't a whole lot of room to put like a desk or anything down there. And here you're going to start to see me struggling to find a place to put the bathroom. And I tried to put it there, and once I kind of look at it and go back upstairs, I'm like, oh, there's no ceiling on that bathroom. So I kind of have to move things around a little bit to try and find a place to put the bathroom in. I didn't want to make a bathroom that was super, super tiny. I tried to expand this. I really didn't like it. I really wanted to keep it nice and open on top with a nice view of the downstairs. And I do end up moving the stairs again. I really didn't like how many times I had to move the stairs. In the earlier part of the video, you probably saw me move the stairs at least 3 times, but in working with such a small space, especially when you really wanted to have it open on the second floor, you kind of got to move stuff around a little bit. I really didn't want the stairs to be like right in the middle of the room downstairs, but to fit this bathroom in, I really didn't have a choice to do other than to do that. I wanted the bedroom on the front of the house where there's tons of windows, and so I just kind of had to work around having the stairs there, and I didn't really want it to kind of cut through there, but it ended up having to be that way. So at this point, it is in fact when I had to get rid of the double door and put in a smaller door, but you can see there it still is blue. It still has the same kind of toned down blue and light wood that I wanted to keep as a theme throughout this house. And here is the shower. So if you saw me put that shower in, like I said earlier, the door is actually facing the sink right now, and I don't actually catch that until I go in for testing. And I don't move it until after the screenshots, but it is moved. Yeah, so if you go to download this, it has been fixed, and it was through testing. It was the only issue I found in this house. So everything else works fine, and it should work perfectly if you do go to download this from the Sims 4 gallery. I was a little worried here when doing the kitchen that your sim wouldn't actually use that little corner piece there to prepare food. So that's why there is that little island piece there. But he actually can, my test sim could actually prepare food in that little corner piece in the kitchen, so it works perfectly fine. And he can get in to that chair that's kind of between the table and the island piece there. So everything there works fine. You can easily have 2 sims in there eating at the same time. It worked perfectly. And I used like a kind of a very light pastel blue on the inside of this house rather than just going all white. I wanted to keep the bottom floor and the top floor the same color. That way when you're looking down from the top floor, it's kind of like seamless when you're looking at the whole wall that goes between both floors, and I think it looks really nice. So I'm going to leave this here, guys. Feel free to leave any comments or suggestions. My origin ID is in the description box. It is Cyberbot99. But if you go to the Sims 4 gallery and type in the hashtag McDuosGirl, all of my builds will come up, and feel free to download them and modify them in any way that you like. I also have my Facebook and my Twitter linked down below. If you do want to follow me on either one of those, I do put up little preview pictures of builds that I have not yet posted and kind of give you updates. So you can feel free to follow me on either one of those. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you later.